Now, as we go into applications, that is, word problems, we're going to use algebra to convert English into algebra and then our equations and then solve it. So let's work on this first one. Let me help you out here. That we want to find out the number of drums that were sold in Michigan and the number of drums that were sold in North Dakota. So let's put North Dakota in terms of D and Michigan in terms of D. Let me pause and have you work on that. Now, did you get something like this? That is, D is the number of drums sold in North Dakota, but M is equal to 7D, 7 times the number of drums sold in North Dakota. So if this is the number that's sold in Michigan, we get D, 7D, equals 103803. When we solve this for D, we have our answer, and that's going to be 14,829. So it may have looked a little daunting going into it, but again, these are models for things you might run across as you do your practice and certify. All right, let's go on to number 2. Again, you're going to read it. We'll pause, and then you want to start teasing it apart. Okay, well, for $15, you get 500 messages. So if you subtract that, you get $6.55 is what's left over that you're going to be charged 5 cents for each of these. So you're going to take this now and divide it by 5. And when you do so, you get 131. This divided by that. Now, I've seen in the past where students did problems similar to this. They would put the 131 here. But that's not what they're asking. They're asking how many messages did she send that month. So you have to add the 500 to it. So it's 631. Okay. And we didn't use a formula for this. We just used a little bit of arithmetic. Now we'll give you some time on number 3. Then we'll see what you come up with. So if 81 is added to a number, let's say the number is X. We're going to add 81. The result is 39 less than 3 times the number. So 3 times the number less 39. And what will the number be? Well, when you work this out, the number is 60. All right, this next one's a little bit challenging. So I'll give you a little picture of what's going on here. So 2 people are traveling, and they're going this distance, and they want to meet up, or are going to meet up at this point here. Now, the rate of one person, the husband, he goes 50 miles for a certain amount of time, and he leaves 3.5 hours before the wife. Now, this distance, The wife is traveling 70 miles. She's really going fast here. And she's going to go just this amount of time. Now, since rate times time equals distance, this is rate, this is time, this is rate, this is time. We actually have here distance equals distance. This is distance. So this is our equation. 50t, I'm going to distribute, plus this is going to be 175 equals 70t. So I'm going to subtract 50 from both sides, and I get 20 equals 175, 20t that is. So when I go to the hours, I get 8.75 when I divide both sides by 20 hours. So again, not too bad. Again, the pictures help us organize our data. Now here, a particular style of earrings costs the retailer this much money. So read this over and see what you can come up with. Okay, so if we understand a little bit of what's going on here, that here's the selling price. If you subtract the cost, that'll give you the profit. So his cost, we know, is $80. Now his profit, he wants to make 20% of $80. And then he wants a selling price, which we will call X. This is the beauty of X here. It just stands for whatever you want here. I'm going to put it over here because I needed some room. But he wants to give a discount on this selling price. And how much is that discount? It's going to be 20%. So if he gets 20% off, what's left? Would you go along with 80%? So 80% of the selling price after a 20% discount minus the cost equals this, and there's your equation. Okay, let's see if you can solve that. So to save time, I worked it out. Part of it's straightforward, 0.80. I'm going to add 80 to both sides here. Multiplied this, got 16. Added this to both sides, got 96. Divided by 0.8, I get $120. All right, let's go on. Now, this is similar to the previous one. So keep in mind, sales price minus cost equals profit. So let's see what you get, and I will set it up as well. Now, I spent time on this too when I looked at this. It seemed a little bit of a challenge. But what do you think X equals here? X equals the original amount of ice cream that he bought. Now, because of the freezer problem, he lost 12 half gallons. But this was the original amount that he purchased, and it cost him $2.80 for each half gallon. So this was the cost here. Now, when he sold it for $3.96. Again, we still don't know how many he bought, but we know he lost 12 of the amount that he bought. And he wants to make this profit. So again, what I would do is get rid of all the decimals by multiplying everything by 100. And then now give that a shot. That's going to be a little bit challenging because the numbers are a little bit big. and you want to keep your steps orderly. Hopefully I'm doing that. So I've got rid of my decimals, cleared parentheses, group-like terms, added this to both sides, got this, divided by 116, and we get 98 half gallons. But again, you want to note the protocol to get the results. Selling price minus cost equals profit. You have to decide on what you're going to use for your unknown. Okay, our last one, we'll wind this up. And Kathy buys a book, and she pays this at the cash register. This is with a 15% discount. What was the original price? Well, let me help you on this one. So since the original price is going to be X, and with a 15% discount, she's paying 85% of that original price, and we know what that is now, 2.10, and we just divide both sides by 85. And the original price of the book was $26. Okay, we could spend more time on these, but we'll wrap it up.